All right, folks, we're here tonight. We got another good one here at the Mystic Racing League. The Truck Series here tonight. They're in qualifying too. So, Las Vegas, and it's this is a unique style track because it's one of the tracks where tonight, Devin, we're going to see track position is really, really crucial here. Not going to say that tires aren't going to be, kind of important, but you're really going to have a huge, huge lead on when it comes to tires here at this track because this is just a big momentum style track. It will be very hard to come from the back to the front. We got a big field tonight here, 31 machines. As it looks like right now, Christian Barnes is going to be the man out front starting for some Factory King second as they're gridding up now. So coming from the back to the front at this race, you're going to need some help. You're probably not going to see too many people on a track like this just balling through the field. It's just one of these tracks where a lot of momentum base.
You're very much right, Joe. And the thing that's interesting is from last week to this week, you're talking last week when we were at Martinsville, there was a lot of beating and banging, a lot of up close and personal type action. You're not going to have that here tonight. Las Vegas, everybody's going to get spread out. Like you said, tires are going to come into play effect, and exactly what you said with the dancing partner, with you're going to have help. You're going to see a lot of guys in the back kind of manufacture and team up to try and make their way to the front. It's going to race very similar to how like a super speedway, like a Daytona or Talladega would race, as far as these guys trying to get to the front.
Appreciate that, man. You're right, Joshua. My bad. That's an update. They only take 26 drivers here. So 31 tried to qualify. Looks like 5 of them didn't make it, which is going to be Brandon Willard, Reggie Kim, Gavin Henson, Harold Tucker, and Alex Pollock not making the field. So appreciate Joshua update me on that one. So
just looked at the scoring, Alex.
Field, though.
It is a good field. I just looked at the scoring. Alex Pollock, I guess he just didn't know the rule. He didn't even put in a qualifying lap.
Wow. Okay. Could have got in late, just not making. And then again here too, I don't know how much for you're all with on iRacing. If you have to race your way in like this in qualifying, it's a fine line here in qualifying because one, you want to push the limits to obviously make the race and get a good qualifying position, but two, you don't want to make a mistake. If you get any kind of contact with a wall or at the track or any one times or any kind of times, it voids out your qualifying. So could have done it that way.
Could have been. Could have spun it out twice and just not been able to make it.
Yeah, absolutely. Barnes, the man up there. Well, we was just talking about Domino's, man, the pizza out there, and he definitely delivered tonight. He's got it on pole. Man, on the outside there, Zachary King looked pretty strong last week, but you know, it's going to be interesting. It's a different track, like you said. Martinsville short track racing last week. You know, it was all about bump and run, and you know, again, it was all about positioning there too. That's a tough place to pass, even though it's a short track. Kind of the same scenario here, except you won't see too much of a bump and run. Hopefully not, anyway, because it's usually end up in a disaster. But here again, it's all about that track position. I mean, I put this. They will on the start though. Let me rephrase. For probably about the first 10 laps, they will be side by side. If it goes along green flag run, they will get spread out after a while. But yes, can hold it kind of wide open here with these trucks, especially with all the downforce that they got, massive amount, plus the tires and whatnot. So yes, you're going to see a really exciting racing for probably the first 10 to 12 laps or so. And after that, yeah, it's going to kind of die down just a little bit. And like we are out set to go green.
Pace car lights are off, yep. You know, talking about the Martinsville to the Las Vegas, it's a completely different style. It's a completely different discipline that you have to have between a short track and a track like this. You know, it's a mile and a half around through here. I mean, track position, like you said, is going to be key, but it's a completely different style, completely different discipline. I mean, it's just it's night and day difference between what we had at Martinsville last week.
Yeah, fast track too, like I said, man. You know, fuel mileage. Let me see here. Right, find some. Puts out a little info on what. All right. Don't really see any much out there for this one. Joshua might could give us some insights, man. They don't have stages here tonight, do they, Joshua? Did take. Oh, is that one the one up there? Realize that one had that on there, my bad. That's better. All right, green flag in the air. Had to do a little swap on something like that. As you can already instantly see right off the bat, Barnes trying to protect that inside because here's what I kind of like saying here, Devin, on these starts. Remember I said they're going to get a little aggressive, and they are right there. Because you've got to be kind of aggressive, conservative. You got to be aggressive on the start because you know once it starts getting single file here, it's going to be very hard to pass. You can already tell.
Four wide for the lead.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, restarts are going to be
here. Probably not advisable though, as you can see. And Barnes takes the hit. Ouch.
Barnes getting hit out of the lead there. The restarts are where you're going to gain most of your positions at though, but yeah, shame for Christian Barnes, just got shoved out of the way.
Yeah, right now and then out front you see for the moment Duet. Hope I said that right. Out front with Janik. He's right behind him. And King, those top two. But yeah, this is what you're going to see on your restarts. Very aggressive racing because this is what I'm talking about. After a while, they're going to get single file, and it's going to be very hard to pass. It'll be all about the momentum then. Put a footer on back here and run about 11th place spot. You still see some side-by-side racing as, man, Barnes really took a shot on that one. Started pole way back in 10th place spot, though.
Tell you a guy who I'm looking at here is going to be Kevin Winker. He was a big factor in the race last week. I think he was a top three, maybe not. I cannot remember. But he put up some really fast qualifying practice laps, and I'll be looking for him to make his way up through the field and to the front.
Well, he's up 4 spots already in 13th, and this is what I was talking about earlier. You can see the best way to do on this track is wait till they get single filed and just kind of maybe start picking them off one by one if you can. You're going to start seeing guys better on the long run the longer it goes. You know, if it's a caution fest, then yeah, guys that are very aggressive, it's going to really help them out. But if you're a good long run style truck, That Winker right there at 5. He's in 12th. He's doing that. Just picking them off one by one. Be patient. About the only way you can, because you're just not going to see anyone come through the field like gangbusters, you know? I mean, you're looking at lap times right now. Everybody's in the 30s, all the way back to 21st position, all the way back actually now to 50th position. So that means this whole field is tight at the moment. I mean, you see up front, remember I told you about the first 10 or so laps, they're all going to be side by side racing each other, and you see it up front with King and Janet.
Yeah, you was talking about everybody being patient. There ain't a whole lot of being patient up here. There's a lot of racing. These guys are fighting for positions, and they are not waiting for anything right now.
I hear you out there, man. Along when you first, I hear you. You see right now the top 3 or 4, they are still battling hard. King's trying to
three
protect that
wide,
position. Yeah,
almost
King's
for
trying to
third
position.
right there.
Trying to protect that position, King is.
Zachary King in that 51 truck. You know, we seen him last week, had a real strong performance, had some issues, but I mean, he's a very, very strong and very talented driver, and he's doing good right now.
The problem was running to the pops, though, man. It will at this track. That's the thing. You'll fall off. So you've got to be that. That's why I use the word conservative aggressive. You got to be aggressive at the start of it, and then kind of conservative once those tires starts to neutralize a little bit, and then start picking these guys off one by one. Because right now nobody in this race is going to have a huge advantage unless we get into maybe green flag stops. Then it might spread the field. But I mean, right now, you're not seeing anybody pulling out. You're not seeing anybody walk through the field, just zoom, 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 passing cars. I mean, just to give you an idea of hard chargers at the moment, the top guys, Brett Williams back here, only up 6 positions. So, you know, normally that last week or so, we saw guys coming up through the field like 10, 12, 15 positions.
See Andrew Allen up 6 spots from the start.
Yeah. So you see some guys in the back come up through the field making some waves, but the closer you get to that front, the more you're going to start seeing it kind of neutralize. Still battle up front with King, man, Janik and company, they're side by side. This is just typical Las Vegas racing here early on. What's up, Corey? You mentioned it, man. I am sleepy. Racing to keep you awake, though. I definitely don't want to wreck each other up there. Kind of, you know, groove out. Now I can't really tell which lane is the better lane too here. I don't know if the low or the high lane. Maybe once they start getting single file a little bit, we'll start seeing which lane kind of dominating. It might be about that middle lane, I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna say your middle to high lane, especially with it being a night race. The track's it's gonna cool off. Once the track gets rubber on it, you're definitely going to see people start to use that middle to high lane.
Well, we got Janet right now up top, battling it inside.
Bumping and banging.
Yeah, he got tight. That truck got tight there real quick. Almost ran up there on the side of King. It happened real quick at a track like this, too. Get really tight. On that inside, that truck slide up the track ever so slightly. Just right,
Man,
right there. It looks like in the middle there. Truck's getting really tight on it.
I did not expect this type of racing. We're on lap 13. I did not expect these guys to be racing this hard. I thought maybe, 2 or 3 laps restart, and then everybody just kind of settles in and just goes. These guys are not holding back. A lot of racing going all the way back. To the very last place. Everybody's side by side and still trying to gain positions. I did not expect this.
Yeah, it's typical Las Vegas right now. You start to see them now kind of getting that single file, getting a groove. This is where you start to get in that, mentality of setting down a little bit. Right there, I'm starting to see, I think that's a panic on the inside. Truck's looking awful tight, the number 71 there in the middle of the turn, and that's hurting him when he's trying to rotate off the turn. He's getting a good run going in. You see him right here. He gets a good run going in, but then watch kind of middle. That time wasn't. He's not able to get that drift coming off the turn, because obviously he's got truck on his outside there. not able to complete that pass. And that's what I was talking about earlier there, Devin. That's how hard it is to pass here. You might have new tires, but to get around the guy, it's momentum based here.
If you've not already, can you go into the gyro cam for that Evan Janik, and we can listen to his throttle inputs and see what he's doing differently? It does sound like he's having to lift through the center of the corner. I'm watching it here. It does sound like he's having to lift through the center of the quarter. He lifts once going in, gets on the gas a little bit, and then lifts back off again because that truck's, like you said, it's getting tight through the center.
And that's the product of him getting holding down on that inside lane. Here he looks almost like he's about wide open right there. If he was wide open.
1 and 2's not in bad. I was watching his 3 and 4. Let's watch that and see.
Oh, yeah. Off a little bit right there. He's
3 and 4, I think, is his trouble corner right now.
Yeah, and 3 and 4. This track reminds me so much of Charlotte. Okay, this is actually almost a third track in Charlotte. And if you know anything about Charlotte, 3 and 4, but 3 and 4 in Charlotte, going into 3, you're kind of going to go low, but you're instantly going to get shoved up the track coming out of 4. It's such a tight style turn and whatnot. So this is kind of how that's playing out here. But this one, it's obviously Las Vegas and I think Charlotte are owned by the same owner. Taken. I think when they were built, when this track was built, it was built kind of like what Charlotte and Texas is the same thing. They call these the cookie cutter tracks. That's why they're called.
I tell you something else that.
What's that?
I tell you something else that we didn't discuss last week, just because it really wasn't much of a thing. Is Zachary King right now? He's in the lead. He's not having to deal with any kind of dirty air that's coming across his nose. He's able to. He keeps grip. I mean, he's able to maintain grip because he's not having any dirty air that's coming back into him. Whereas everybody else, they're having to deal with that dirty air and trying to keep grip.
Yeah, that's a good point too. And iRacing does some things really, really well. And side drafting is one of them. Dirty air is another one that they imitate very well. And what you just brought up right there, like with Gillette, right there, second. Yeah, he might be a touch faster, but when he goes to try to go for another lane or whatnot, that truck just is kind of like a wall. It's a brick wall, so to speak. That's the easiest way to plane without being in the truck yourself. Kind of like a brick wall. You just can't go anywhere. You get a certain amount of speed, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's like the truck stops, so to speak, or slows down. And you can see it right there. They're probably just dead even, but as long as King stays out, that's what I'm saying. Track position is going to be so important here. And then you go back to the guys like you're side by side. You're on that inside, you're going to get so tight coming through the middle of the turn. And so that's why, it's going to be important. You're going to see guys maybe come through the field. And right now, I said it, later on, you're going to start seeing maybe some little cluster-style battles. A little battle like back here around 17th place spot. They got close.
Going back to the dirty air, as this run continues and these tires start to wear out, that's going to make it even harder because that dirty air is going to make your truck loose. It's going to make your truck tight, and it can all happen in the same turn.
Okay, we're looking for lap 30 and 65 for the stages tonight, 8%. Is that right? 8% fuel. Hold on a minute. That can't be right. 8% fuel. They're not going to even go over 10 laps.
Yeah, I was about to say they would have already had that.
I think that's supposed to be 80% fuel.
Probably 80%, yeah.
He typed 8%, and I'm like, wait a minute, 8%? They'd be on pit road now. 3 sets of tires.
Be a lot of pit stops.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 3 sets of tires, which here... Yeah,
117 laps, I mean, they could have made it on 2.
Yeah. And again, a top 5 man right there. So, but no, it's not 8% fuel. It can't be 8% fuel. There's no way. I mean, it'd already be on pit road now with the 23 laps in, or somebody would be out of gas. But leader spinning out of the turn. He's going through helping landscaping out right now. Wow. Let's go back on the replay, see what happened to the leader up front. Did he have help or did he just lose it?
He had help. I'm just here to tell you.
I saw him going sliding right through the infield. We'll watch it one more time here. Up there. Sweat's right there in second. Coming into the turn. A little bit of punch in the back. He held on down into the infield. Oh, some grass. Kept it straight though. Just lost a lot of the positions. That's going to hurt because getting those back is very, very tough at a track like this. But we're going to stream some real racing. F1, I don't even know if they got F1 on iRacing.
They do, I do believe.
They
have the cars.
They have the cars. Yeah, there's not a lot. There are some IndyCar leagues out there. I've done an IndyCar league once. But there's not many of them out there. See, I don't have that European voice, so I don't really have that. I have the voice F1 and all.
You're real Southern. I'm not sure how much that would work.
Yeah. I mean, I've done one before. Don't get me wrong, but it's. To me, those
you do the Gran Turismo races every Thursday.
Well, yeah, I do those. Those are GT3 cars, though, man. I can get away with that one. They could do with that one. They change cars up every season with it, but I have done an Indy before on here. It was fun, very interesting, different.
On a different note, Zachary King lost 18 positions after that. How hot do you think Zachary King is right now? Do you think he's mad about that?
Well, he's probably a little upset. The problem is, though, on a track like this, you're going to have to keep your mentality because you don't want to try to overdo your truck,
You can't burn up his equipment.
Right, burn up the equipment because now you're in a hole. You're going to have to do some strategy to get yourself back up front and whatnot because, again, like I said, lap time-wise, from the one all the way back, this field is only separated by half a second. That tells you right there that this whole entire field is bunched, that nobody is coming through this field just like zoom from 15th on back getting up to second. It's just going to be hardly impossible to do. I mean, you're going to see little battles like this right here for the lead. They'll go side by side. Yeah, they'll go side by side for a while. But look at this. Here's what I'm talking about, Devin. Look how hard it is to pass. Look how long it takes you to pass a car. Even though you might be faster, it just takes you a while to get around them.
And this is the final stage, or this is the final lap of stage 1.
Who's going to get it? Duet? Cochran's fine. Got the Sour Patch machine right there with them. Going to come around lap 30. They're going to beat and bang. I know you want the stage. You don't want to wreck. At a 4, looks like Duet maybe is going to beat him to it.
That was close, but
It was.
Jewett got him by very little. Very little. Derek Jewett, your stage 1 winner. Jacob Cochran coming in second. Evan Janik coming in third. He's stayed right there. He started third, and he's going to finish stage 1 in third. Caleb Hunt up 7 spots from the beginning, up to 4th. And Andrew Schob, he started 4th and is down to 5th. That's going to round out your top 5. Be interested to see the pit strategy here tonight. Be interested to see if Zachary King pulls anything in his pit strategy to try and make something happen. I would imagine almost everybody will be coming down pit lane. Looks like they are. Everybody's coming down pit lane right now. The whole field. We'll see who for the race off of pit lane. See how that all works out. Christian Barnes with that long drive down to his pit box. Zachary King up there at the second pit box. Both these guys, Christian Barnes started on pole and got, just manhandled out of the lead third or fourth lap, and he's got that long drive down pit road, and it's real bad for him. Not sure if he had damage or what. His pit stop seemed like it took a while. We'll have 2 to green here. Jacob Cochran coming out in first. Evan Janik, Derek Jewett, Caleb Hunt, Brad T. Nelson. Andrew Schob lost some positions on pit road. He's down to 6th. Adam Holston, Kevin Winker up to 8th. He's plus 9 since the start. I was talking earlier about how Kevin Winker, he was able to have a really good strong showing last week. Another one here tonight. He's all the way up into the top 10. Andrew Allen as well. And Joshua Gillen. Joshua Thornton, our winner last week, he's up 8 positions. He's still sitting in 14th. I would imagine that he'll be up there at some point here tonight. As I believe the pace car's lights are off, we should be going green this time, I think. Pace truck pulls off. Jacob Cochran in the lead. Lead the field to the green flag. Here we go. As Joe has already hinted to, you're going to see a lot of racing happening in these restarts. A lot of side-by-side. They're 2 wide now for second. It's Derek Jewett and Evan Janik.
That is. And Cochran out front right there. Good pit stop on his end. Right back at it. Let's see what King did. King still back here in the 14th place spot. Trying to see if we can't get some of them positions back up. And it's going to be a tough one. It's going to have to be a little bit aggressive here on this start. But again, back at it again. Everybody side by side. We're looking for lap 60 now.
Joe, I was telling the viewers about how Christian Barnes and Zachary King, they started 1-2. Andrew Barnes, or is that his name? Am I crazy? Christian Barnes. Christian Barnes had to drive all the way down from almost last place to the first pit stop. First pit stall. That wastes so much time when you're trying to make your way back through the field.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, putting it on pole tonight, back there in 22nd position, man, just all at the pace real bad. Got knocked up to the wall. Not been able to get climbing back up to the field, so he's going to have a long night ahead of him. See some battling going on back there, and still up front, these guys at it. That's what I was talking about earlier. Try to get all you can early on, you saw. Oh, we're looking for lap 60, 65 is what we're looking for. Lap 65 for next day. So we did see that they could go 35 laps on fuel, so obviously not 8%. little contact in the wall right there from Nelson looked like. Oh, we got some trucks around in the back. Brett White. Wine. What happened to him back here? Brett's right there.
Oh, he came down.
I'm still watching replay. Came down, got a little contact. Turn to 17, and then nope. 44, nowhere to go. Punched him in the back.
17 truck of Ashton Beam.
All right, caution. That's the first official caution. You don't say the stages. Those are kind of given.
Do you think Christian Barnes had damage and he was on pit road for quite a long time repairing damage? Do you think they take this time and maybe not take tires and just come down and try and repair that damage?
Yeah, I mean, you're already back in 20-some position. Why not? You're not really going to lose a lot. There's only 26 cars on here tonight, so you're already back in 22nd. Why not here in the pit road? You know, caution come in. Normally, and that's why they set the tire limits, because normally you would come in and get tires every time you'd come. Tire limits, you not do that, but yeah, I'll say Chris is going to come here, probably get some of the optional taken care of. Throw some fuel in it. That's what he's doing right there. So, and like you just said, I mean, if you're back here in 22nd position, you might as well come on down. You see it, and basically everyone from 21st on back came on pit road. Nothing to lose. I mean, you know, you're in 5th place, 4th place, and you're not coming on pit road. No way. Because track position is crucial here, and we've already seen it tonight. And I won't be surprised if maybe there's a late caution, 20 laps to go, something like that. Somebody doesn't take a 2-tire stop, or doesn't stop at all, because track position is so key. And I know some might say, well, want the newer tires if somebody takes it. It's so hard to pass. I've seen it multiple times. A guy be able to hold them off just long enough that, you know, to win the race.
Yeah, new tires, they're good, but they do take a couple laps to warm up. And up until then, they're just loose. And with the new iRacing tire model out, it's made it a lot harder to get those tires warmed up. It takes longer. It takes longer for the tires to warm up. And yeah, I mean, especially in like green, white, checkered situations, I just don't see the benefit of getting new tires anymore, because it just takes time for them to come into themselves and, you know, have grip.
Unless you're like, you know, the guy in front. I mean, look, if you're going to get marred back in, let's say 6th, 7th, 8th place spot on the green, white, checkered, it's going to be difficult to come through. If you're going to be outside the leader and he's sitting on 30 lap old tires, okay, then I might say, all right, you're in trouble as the leader, you know. But in certain scenarios, like what you said, it takes so long. Everything really has to kind of align with the stars up front. Put it that way. But a solid one here. These trucks in. Going back green. Janik, Nelson up front. 2x2 all the way to the back of the field. Got a good jump out front that Janik did over Cochran and company. Then again on this restart, you can see they've already had a little bit of run on the tires. It's not as you know, as new, but go back around about 56th place spot. Hanging up on each other. Got Holston, Nelson, Hunt, Allen. They're all door to door.
I can tell you who I'm paying attention to right now, Joe, and it's our old comeback warrior kid from last week, Joshua Thornton. He's up 14 positions since the start of the race. He's now sitting top. He's top 10. He's in 8th place.
Yeah, you got to have, he had a little help getting up there to the front, some cautions to help him out, biding his time, like you said. And that's kind of how you have to do it at this track, You've got to have a little bit of help getting here. See him right there with a winker and so forth. So he's up there, 9th place, up 13 spots. Another one back there behind him up in 11th, man. You got Ashton Beam. He's up 13, so 2 hard chargers right there along with it. Taking their time, coming through the field, slowly but surely. I mean, right now is where Thornton needs to try to get as many positions as he can. When these guys are side by side like this, we're racing hard. Because once you start getting single file, it makes it a little harder for you to start passing.
Makes it harder to start passing, and it's just it gets really difficult.
Yeah, and he's right now he's taking advantage of it. He got a battle for the lead, and it looks like Nelson right now is going to go to the inside. Probably on Janik, man. These boys aren't giving up on each other. It's typical Las Vegas race here. Early restarts, what makes them exciting, especially with the trucks. These trucks got a lot of downforce, glued to the track. Unlike what the Xfinity car is. Xfinity car to me is still almost like old school car. As we got a truck around the back. That's old Michael Wade. See what happened to him real quick. Oh, he just lost it. Getting out of the turn. Ooh, good save, good save. Hang on to it. He got it. No, he don't. Yeah, he does. Maybe. Nope. He's a little weed eating. That's a.
Brad T. Nelson up to the lead. That's a new name we've not heard from tonight.
Yeah, up 8 spots right now. And then he just, gets tight, man. Scoots up the track. That's that momentum I was talking about. Once you lose it, you're going to lose all kinds. You're going to see these guys just go blowing right on by him. That's a perfect example. I was talking about momentum track right there. You saw Nelson. He got tight up the track. It lost all his momentum. Those guys up under him took advantage. That was about how you textbook pass here at Las Vegas. Auto Club's another track, man, that comes to mind, And leader got tagged.
Oh, my Lord.
And that one could have been a big one. Wow. But the leader just got destroyed.
Jacob Cochran.
Let's go back.
Oh, sure. What happened?
We'll go back and watch it here and see what happened. Watching up front here. Right fast. We'll go.
Sorry, it's the 45 of Derek Jewett.
To the grandstand view. On view here. So up front here, started. Janik was the leader. Then that 71 machine right there. Just got a little contact with the 45, hard into the wall. Then from there, collected 2 other trucks. That could have been worse than what it was, but just a little bit of contact, man, between the leaders up front. I mean, they were racing hard. And it doesn't take much here. You're already on the edge with the truck. Doesn't take much of a little tap.
Joshua Thornton got through that as well. Took out Andrew Allen, who was having he had a good showing last week. I'm not real sure what happened with Derek Jewett. Did he just not? I guess it just didn't. It didn't happen.
Yeah, with them racing deals. Looks like, man, one going up, one going down. They just trying to take the same, real estate at the same time. Maybe Spotter might have told Janik that you're clear. Yeah, it's another thing in iRacing that, sometimes the spotter may say you're clear, but that split second when he says clear, it might not be clear by the time you react and go to it. So, just 2 guys taking the same real estate. Obviously, man, race control will take care of what's what, but the contact with the leader. But, I was telling you before, you need help with this track. Well, what that did was, since Thornton was able to get through it, helped him out. Got him up to 3rd, and this is how you come from the back to the front. You get some help through some cautions. Look at Beam, look at Ullman. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th all up 19, 20, and 14 spots. So that's how you come back to the field here, is you get a little help. Because Thornton was back there, wasn't about the 6th place spot. He gained a good solid 3 here just by that incident.
Tell you another guy, Kevin Winker, sitting there in 7th, up 10 spots.
Yeah.
Just a lot of movement here from that caution, a lot of people, able to take advantage of the cautions and get their way up to the front.
King up to 14, trying to see if he can't bounce back. Might have got maybe a couple right there. A lot of guys on pit road right now. Still looking for lap 65 for the stage. Got a few laps to go before we get to it.
Go back racing with probably about 14, 13 or so.
Yeah. 52, 53, we'll go back. Another lap. Caution. Guys on pit road. Two guys on pit road. There'll be another lap under caution. But it has been an exciting one here tonight under the lights here in Las Vegas. Mystic Racing League NASCAR Truck Series here tonight. Guys putting on the show. We go from the short track of last week here to the bigger track here, the 1.5 mile Las Vegas Super Speedway. Y'all enjoying it out there. Let's hear who your favorite drivers are. I know a couple of you out there pulling for some drivers. It looks like we got Donna out there. She's got the Winker Nation going on. So you're out there looking for Winker, Kevin Winker. He's up to 6 like I was just talking about earlier. Out there. And DK, he just out there having fun, man, with the race. He loving everything going on. He just wants to see fast trucks and crashes.
Well, he got a crash.
Definitely. Got a big one. Lights off. Here we go. Anybody out there from Las Vegas? Near it? I'm like clear across the other side of the country.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. On the East Coast, folks. That's West Coast.
I think I'm going to ride along with Christian Barnes here on this restart.
All right.
Just see how his car's treating him right now.
Been set. Lights off on the pace truck. Take that hard left turn off on pit road and get us set to go back green under the lights here tonight. Duet, Beam up front, Cochran right there behind him with Hunt. Green flags back to flying. It looks like old Duet gets to jump out front with the advantage being the leader. Gonna leave him side by side behind him. Here's where it gets dicey on these restarts. You got to try to get what you can get early on. Maybe try to clear, and you see Cochran's able to clear, so he's going to set his sights with the leader. Woo, block. We get yourself in trouble. And just like that, what I tell you, get yourself in trouble.
Big wreck. Big wreck.
Yeah, that was kind of a product of that block we saw earlier. We'll go back and watch it right here. And it kind of checked the field up. And you saw the 29 machine right there. Joshua Thornton, unfortunately, who had made all those spots up. Nothing he could do. We'll watch again. You see the block going on. See it right there, and then just ever so slightly tapped him, and then Thornton up the track, hard in the wall.
Man, that's such a shame. Joshua Thornton had a really, really good run up to the front, and just such a shame.
And Kevin Winker involved that too, man. Oh, pit road, wow. And misses his pit box too. Well, that's just a disaster.
A lot of fast trucks tore up right there. A lot of fast trucks.
He's having all kind of trouble. The steering must be broke bad on it. See him right there on pit road. I think the steering's broke. Yep, it won't even turn hardly. You can see that thing wobbling. It looks like a weeble wobble. He's having all kinds of trouble.
Like everybody's coming down pit road.
Kevin don't want to tow it if he doesn't have to, because he'll have to tow the whole entire. Trying to back it up to where he can get in his pit box, but it looks like the steering is all just jacked. Yep, there he towed it. Wow, so Kevin Winker, man, night just not going the way he wants. But that takes me back to what I was saying before. Devin, conservative, aggressive. You've got to be a little aggressive on the start and then play conservative. But when you're aggressive, you also take that chance of getting into trouble. And easy to do when you're right there side by side with each other and trying to battle for those positions.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. It's just
Double-edged sword.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's such a shame. Joshua Thornton had such a good drive up to the front, up through the field, and I mean, the purist in me is like, okay, probably could have lifted there and maybe not have tried to, but you know, it is what it is. It's easier for us to sit up here and make those or say that, you know, decision's a good move or a bad move. But when you're in these trucks, I mean, I know it's not real. I mean, you know, these guys aren't physically in a truck driving, but when you're driving these things in a simulator, like it feels real.
Yeah, and you know, timing too is a lot of things. We don't really talk too much about the timing, but you know, things happen so quick, and like right there, everybody's just an accordion effect. There was a little block up front, kind of checked the field up, and just that small little check up. I talked about it earlier. Reaction time, you know, and a lot of people old age argument, you know, the race car drivers, athletes, sure they are. They have reflexes fast. I mean, there's a video out there showing just how fast F1, mentioned F1 drivers out there, DL, how fast F1 drivers' reflexes are. They're faster than some of the top NFL receivers, faster than probably a lot of the fastest guys out there. The reflexes are so quick because they have to be to make some of those fine moves. Because now in an F1 car as opposed to this, where the steering is so 1-to-1, it's so right on. They have to have that really good reflex, and it points out to these drivers too as we get set to go back green. Duet though has been in control of it up front. Pace cars in. We're going back green here, Las Vegas tonight under the lights. Been a thriller one here tonight with the Mystic Racing League. Man up front, Duet gets to jump on the field. Cochran and company behind him there with Olin. I'm gonna say Olin, my bad. And Holston right there with Beam and company. Everybody side by side. Look like Cochran again got another good jump to get away from that 2x2.
Hey, another truck. Zachary King now up in the top 10. He's sitting at 6th, taking. You know, he's another driver that's took advantage of these cautions, making his way back to the front. Christian Barnes is another one. He's sitting up there in 16th now.
And you're right, and that's the thing about Zachary King, starting in that back. This is what he had to do. Pick off a few players, man, have some cautions go his way, and before you know it, boom, you're right back up front here. And it looks like Andrew Allen having a little trouble in the back here. No caution. We'll go back and see what happened to him. Back here in the very back, 3 wide, and just a little bit, and he went up and over almost. Woo! I am surprised that was not a caution. Flag man must be asleep. Wow. Truck almost upside down. And we got a freight train up front. Duet's leading it right now here with it. So here's the part what I was talking about here, Devin. Single file on the parts, you're protecting up there. Where Cochran is sitting at, he's thinking, okay, I can get up there on the back door, Duet. Obviously, we talked about the dirty air, too, which is going to make it even harder for him, too. But if he tries to step out of line and tries to pass Duet, guess what? 9 times out of 10 it's going to happen. Ullman
he's going to the
company,
back.
Yeah, Ullman and company.
He's going to the back.
Take that spot and going to, momentum right up underneath him and go. So you've got to pick and choose when to do it right here. You either ride and say, okay, we'll ride a little bit until I maybe, get a little help. Obviously, we've got about 5 laps to go before the stage caution. See right here, who's that on the inside? It's the 8 machine. Holston, but up on the top side there, not going to do too much. That's Janet. And now
he's going for it, yeah.
But he got help. He got help. That was a good thing.
Yeah.
So if he wouldn't have got that help, he might not have thought about doing it. But they got Jouett up on the top side. But again, I take it back. Look how hard it is to pass at this place. It is just so tough.
such a hard place to pass. Derek Jewett went high. I'm not sure if he got loose or what, but he ended up going high off of turn 2 that last lap, and that opened the door for Jacob Cochran as Derek Jewett's just going to get right back down in front of him.
Yeah, you can just see how tough it is to pass, how much the momentum plays here. 3 wide, and then we saw the scenario earlier, what happened. Oh, Cochran right there on the bottom side. You can see Ullman up there on the top end. Janik's trying to utilize that high side with him.
Yeah, John Ullman, he learned. He's like, I'm not going to try that move. I seen what had happened the last time.
Oh, truck around to the back. Ow. Caution out. This might actually put us into our stage. Let's see what happened here. It was a little loose coming off that turn there. I don't know if maybe we had a little help by the 08. And caught the apron. Oh, he just got tight coming off the turn, went way up the track. And then, boom! Another truck went side by side. Oh. Ouch. A little situational awareness on that. That might put us into our stage. But lap 63, I don't think we're going to get back green before 65, so I'm going to say...
I would imagine this is your stage. Didn't Derek Jewett win our first stage?
Did.
Stage sweep for Derek Jewett.
Him so far. Night. Separate real quick, take a quick commercial break, be right back, folks.
There's an immeasurable bond that forms when you join the service. You'll do anything to protect and defend those at your side, and pushing the limits of your well-being is all just part of the job. But when this shared experience ends, it's easy to carry that mission-first mindset with you and neglect your own health and mental fitness. Team Red, White, and Blue understands these challenges and knows that together we can show veterans that their best days are ahead by providing opportunities to build healthier lifestyles right where they live and work. Through races, service projects, workouts, and a cutting-edge mobile app, our members develop a sense of camaraderie and mutual support. With a growing force of over 200,000 strong, we invite all veterans, families, and non-military supporters to start putting their well-being first. Team Red, White, and Blue is forging America's leading health and wellness community. Will you join the team?
All right, we're back, folks, here, getting set. Lights still off on the pace truck. Been a good one. We'll stay here. We got our stage tonight here, lap 65. But has dominated a lot of the race tonight so far. Janik right there behind him. Cochran, he's hanging on to the third. Holston up there in the fourth. Ullman hanging on in the fifth. A lot of guys, and he was asking about King. Lights are off on the back on the. Gonna ride here with King. No, King was already in the back there before the caution.
I wonder what happened to him. He was up. He was up in the top 10 sitting there.
Maybe that caution before got him.
It might have. It might have.
Because we're watching here, and he was already back. So just unfortunate, but hey, still got time. Get back up front. He did it once, he can do it again. Back up front here. Getting set to go back green. All right, Joshua said it's in, Steve. That's what I was thinking there, Joshua. We're in, Steve. I tried to ask race control out there on the channel, but I think they fell asleep on me. I need to put it in all caps, maybe yell at them. What do you think? Lights back on.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Okay, delayed caution a little bit here.
I don't think we've started pit stops yet, though. Have we? I've not seen nobody go down pit road. Maybe they ain't going
One's
down
in the
pit
back. Unusual that nobody pitted up front. I mean, well, with 80% fuel, they could go quite a bit. Kind of curious on why they wouldn't. Well, they're probably looking to take this thing only one more pit stop to the most. The leader pitted at 32, so we're already at what? Oh, he's already went over 30 laps, so he would have to go. We're looking for lap 117 tonight.
There he goes.
Thought maybe they were just going to hang on and still that'd be.
Evan Janik, Brett Wren.
They'd have to go 40 laps, give or take. From this point on, can they do 40 laps? I mean, if a caution flies, they obviously they're going to come in. But if it goes green the rest of the way, be interesting to see what the pit strategy is. What do you think, Joshua? What pit strategy out there? Is it anybody going to try to maybe make it all the way? They can't go over 40 laps.
I think they can too. I think you'll see a lot more conservative as far as tire saving. Just my opinion.
Yeah.
Evan Janik will not be conserving. He is trying to get away.
He pitted at lap 49. Hit right behind him, pitted at lap 8. Still in pitted at lap 50. So they're going to stay out, maybe try. They're banking on another caution. That's what they're banking on, and maybe get lucky and then get the track position here. And this is what I was talking about before. Track position, so crucial. If you're asking me, that's wrong. You don't know what you're doing. I hear you. Well, I'm gonna say if you, depending on how the race plays out, let's say if it goes green, Holston probably could and Jewett probably could go the rest of the way on fuel alone, whether or not the tires hold up.
Joshua Gillen must have decided to pit.
If we get a caution, yeah, everybody's pitting. Doubt about it.
Yeah, if there's a late caution, everybody should still have one set of tires in the pit. So, yeah, 100% everybody come down and put a fresh new set on and rack them back up and race for a win. But this is going to be exciting, this final stage.
Doubt. Good one here in the lights, Las Vegas. Enjoyed it. So Joshua, you're not going to tell us if you're going to stay out the rest of the ways because you pitted at lap 6. Not going to gamble and go the rest of the way. That's what Joshua tells us.
Is that Joshua Gillen or Joshua Thornton?
Gillen.
Got it. Joshua Thornton after... I assume they have a fast repair for this race, right?
Yeah.
They have Joshua Thornton back up there in 16th now after getting involved in that real big wreck.
He might not. I don't think he might.
I would imagine they would, I mean, Joshua Thornton had big damage in that last big wreck that he had, but he's up there in 16th, so yeah.
You do get one.
Christian Barnes up there in 11th. He was your pole leader for tonight. He's trying to make his way back to the front.
All right. Back them, stack them up front here, 2x2. Bring them off down the back stretch. We got Janet, Jewett, man, Liam up front. See who's going to be able to take the advantage here on the restart. Lights off on the pace truck. We're getting set to go back green. Under the lights here at Las Vegas. NASCAR Truck Series here for the Mystic Racing League. Thriller in the making. Race trucks in, green flag's about to fly. We're back at it again here at Las Vegas. Janet gets the jump on the lead. Good shove out front there. The wind's right behind him though. Holston and coming in. Here's where I'm gonna show you just how long it takes them to get around Brett. Watch, Holston's got better tires with the newer tires, but Brett right now might be able to hold him off for at least maybe a lap or two here, or a couple laps. Oh, almost got loose coming off down. You got a wreck in the back.
Evan Janik is very happy to see that.
Woo. Okay, so let's kind of dissect what's going on here. Bunch of trucks. I'm gonna go back and watch that one more time. And we got Isaac Brock. Gonna watch him from Isaac Brock's point of view here. See. Oh, two trucks in front of him just got tagged on each other, and then he just know where to go. Oh, he tried to get skinny through there. Almost had it cleared, and then just, look at that, a couple trucks just came up and went, nah, not today. Oh, put him in the wall.
It was the 21 of Andrew Allen again, I do believe.
Ooh, yeah. So we've got Isaac Brock, Christian Beam involved, Allen, like you said. Allen's point of view, you see him right there. Oh, he almost had it cleared. Boom! Oh, wow. I want to talk about just bad luck.
Hey, I tell you somebody who made a big jump through that. Joshua Thornton was down in 16th. He's now up to 8th.
King, man, another good one there, up to 11th.
Absolutely.
You know, like I said, you know, just you get a little advantage from some of these, you know, cautions. Make some, you know, jumps up through the front. And that's what you need. I guess the census here is on the green flag. Try to maybe get one or two positions. At least one or two. If you can get more, great. And then if a caution flies, you know, you're coming through the field, you know. Especially a caution like that where it took out, what, a good solid 5-6 trucks. Heck, you made up 5 or 6 positions.
Yeah, it's insane how quickly you can jump through the field if cautions land your way.
All Janik out front in this one right now. Been a good one so far tonight. Under the lights here. Lights off on the pace truck, going back green here.
I think I'm going to ride along with Joshua Thornton here on this restart and see what he's rocking with.
Let me get back on this restart. We'll go back and watch it through there, Kaylin. Lights off on the pace here. And Joshua Gillen, remember, he was way back in the back. Yeah, he's up to 8th spot. Right? Made up some headway on that one. Pace truck's in. Janik and company up front. Duet right now, right there behind him. Hope I'm saying his name right. Get up with me on it. Pullman there, green flag. Janik out front. Everybody just trying to get the single file, get down in the lane. Don't want to get caught on that outside too long. Brett's trying to hang on with those old set of tires, and boy, I tell you, that's going to be a tough road. Here's see those guys on new tires behind him, and oh, look at that.
Big movers in the back. I'm not sure what happened there, but
we'll check up, and then the mayonnaise man about to get into McDonald's. I don't know what he's doing down there. He's got that thing sideways.
I'm not a fan of McDonald's mayonnaise.
Hey, he about smeared it all over the track. So, he wanted us to go back and watch it on board here with Gillian. Let's go back on that last caution here, folks. And we're going to watch it here on board with Gillian. Someone out there in the viewer land said that he had a wild view of this wreck. Everything's kind of calm up front right down this restart. You can see right there, he can't see anything. So if they're wrecking in front of him, he can't see nothing at that point. Well, he sees it. Oh, he sees it happening. He's going, oh, you got to be kidding me. Which way y'all going? I got one up high. I got one down low. And whew. Oh, then I got a truck in front of me. Hang on a minute. Hold on a second. I got one coming up the track. Want that one to stay where he's at. God.
Adam Holston to the lead.
All right. Go back here live.
Hey, our pole winner, Christian Barnes, he's up to 8th.
Yeah. Now you start to see some guys, man, get up there. Look at Zachary King back up to 4th. Man, hard charging there with Thornton. So those two guys have had an up and down night all night long, but they're back in this thing again.
Several drivers having an up and down night. Joshua Thornton, like you said, Zachary King, Christian Barnes, like I said, he started on our pole and was way back in the back for several parts of this race. He's back up to, he's hovering right there between 9th and 8th, yeah.
Trying to battle for 8th place spot, you're right. Man, some good movers here. You see Thornton right now battling with King. Those two guys going at it 4th and 5th. Leader out front, Holston for the moment. Duet right now battling with Janik. Thornton's trying to push for everything he can. Here's, though, where you still need, I get Thornton wants to get up there, but he still needs to get to a point where you got to be a little bit patient here. Still got a little bit to go. Remember last time he got a little bit, I'm going to say a little more aggressive, and it cost him because at some point, if you get marred back in traffic, trying to come through this field, you're just going to run out of time.
Long racing going up here in this top 5 and this top 6. This is wild racing.
Yeah, it's 2x2. Anybody's ball game. Just don't want to wreck at this point. And the worst thing that probably happened to you because, you know, time is running out. Come back through the field. We're at lap 80 here tonight. Holston still got that lead. Duet's on the outside of him. Along with Thornton there on the bottom with King. Those two guys have had to battle out. King's got to watch maybe taking this 3 wide
now. Oh!
Don't want, see, that's what I'm talking about. You don't want to, I mean, you can play too aggressive. Get yourself in trouble.
Man, you was talking about how hard it is to pass. Derek Jewett and Adam Holston were side by side there for like 4 or 5 laps straight.
And that is the typical Las Vegas, called the Auto Club effect. You stay side by side with someone so long before you're able to make that pass. And you see right there, Thornton got tight coming out of turn, ran it up the track almost into the side of King. That's where you have to think about, I don't want to wreck this thing, because if I wreck here and go back to the back again, back around 20th spot, getting back up here through this field again, and you saw how long it took him to get up here.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if any of these guys get wrecked out now. I don't think you would have enough time to make it back up through the field.
Yeah, that would be your only problem. Like we just said, trying to get back out of the field. Jewett out front. Battle for second there, but you can see Thornton on that inside. The truck just gets so tight. Can't maintain, and then you see right behind him there, Ullman. I know he's itching at it just a little bit, but that's a good job by King there, man. Keeping Thornton pinched down, and that kind of helped him make that pass as Thornton goes on behind him. What's King going to do now?
30 of the 4 of the John Ullman into the wall there, entering turn 1 there. He kind of brushed up against the wall. Oh my Lord, this is insane up here up front. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's going to get wild.
I don't know about wanting to do that at this point.
There's still plenty of laps.
There is, man. To me, I like what Ullman's doing. I'm sitting back here. You guys go up and wreck each other. I hope I'll just make it through it. You know,
3 wide almost.
I mean,
right at 3 wide.
I like what Ullman's doing. I'm going to sit back here and let you guys kill each other. And, wow.
Lap traffic right here in front of
needs to get down out of the way.
Andrew Allen up here.
Don't know why. That lap truck, man, almost put a factor in that one.
Not very good awareness.
And there they at it again. But it did bunch the field up a little bit. Here come Holston. King
Joshua
Thornton.
Joshua Thornton almost came across the nose of Derek Jewett right there.
All right, these two guys battling each other. What's going to happen up front? King Thornton right there with it. So you can make your own name, like I said right there, King Thornton. You don't need the Zachary or Joshua part.
Joshua Thornton able to get right up to the bumper of Zachary King.
Watch it from his point of view. Watch here. He can make it to his bumper, but can he make that pass?
Zachary King is like I said, we've been talking about this all race. Zachary King now has that clean air. Joshua Thornton is having to combat the dirty air. And it's just going to make it very difficult.
And what Thornton doesn't want to have is when those guys get on the inside of him and start battling him. Jewett's right there. Holston's along with him. Ullman doesn't want to give that inside up. What's up? Yeah, we're still racing. He's still racing. We got an exciting thriller going on here.
I'm really surprised at this track they haven't spread out as much more. We've seen it all race long. Truck into the wall.
You're not really going to get spread out, but you will get single file, and that's actually Landon Starks. And don't stop on the track. Oh, thank you for. Never mind. But he probably had enough time maybe to tow that thing for the yellow.
And then Stoker came down across Christian Barnes and just
boom, right into the wall.
Big hit there. Gonna have a lot of radiator and engine troubles. Heck, it might have blew the engine because he towed really quickly.
Yeah, man, hate that on his end. King's gonna be out front. A caution here. All right. It's probably not what King wanted to see, because this is on this track. Long green flag. Usually on a track like this, you don't see many cautions. Fortunately, tonight we have seen quite a few. A lot of it may be a little more aggressive driving than it probably should be. A little bit more over that. But I don't know. Lot to see. Yeah, like everybody's going to come up.
Quite everybody. Yeah, I was getting ready to ask you said it back in like stage 1 about if there's an early or late caution with 20 or so laps to go, everybody should come down and get fresh tires. Well, we'll be going back green with a little, probably 24, 25 laps to go, and yeah, just like you said, everybody. Oh, what in the world happened there? Somebody got turned on pit road. 34 truck got turned on pit road.
Ullman, the top runners. There's a couple trucks that stayed out, but they did pit on lap 71. They could make it the entire distance.
Zachary King coming off pit road first. It's the 8 truck. 71. Joshua Thornton. Let you race off pit road. Zachary King.
All right, going to be. Yeah, we didn't start the race until like 9:20. Corey. Nice looking Joker paint job right there. I've got my side view camera on here or not. Yep, there it is.
I like that Andrew Shobe paint scheme in the number 69 truck.
Nice.
That is nice. Kevin Winker up to third now. I mean, didn't expect him to see him up here. I'm sure Winker Nation's glad to see him up there.
Mm-hmm.
Christian Barnes just unable to get up to the front. He's back there in 11th.
Yeah, this race didn't start till like 9:15, 9:20.
Yeah, it was pretty close around that time.
Yeah. Not be too bad. That's a
Kevin
wild
Winker
looking
going to start
paint
on your
job,
outside.
yeah. Paint job right there. Look through some of the paint jobs here. There's Twitch.
And that Twitch scheme's nice. I like that one.
Twitch truck. Him out here. There's Ullman. Got the chicken truck. Slim chicken.
So Evan Janik is going to be starting third. He's the second truck on the outside line. He's the first truck with the freshest tires.
Oh.
Then Zachary King right behind him in fifth. So
I want probably
it'll
on
be
that
interesting to
outside
see.
lane though. Yeah, he's probably not known to be on the outside. King probably likes it. He's on the inside. But Janet's probably like, man, I won't be out there. We'll have to see.
Product of the choose roll.
I love it. All right, here we go. Job, Winker, Beam up front. Pace trucks in. Green flag. These guys got to worry about spinning the tires up front. That's what I was talking about right there, where he probably didn't want to be on the outside because he saw the outside truck slip just a little bit. But I'm going to tell you what, King did not get the start he wanted either.
At the 17 truck of Ashton Beam, it just looked like he started in a higher gear or something. I mean, he just did not take off when that race went green.
Held up King big time. King's going to be able to make the move, though, on the inside. Good news is, though, is Janik's not going to be able to get around the leaders fast enough before King gets back up there to him. You knew he wouldn't give up there. I hear you, Shawnee. Well, he's not right now. Winker's looking pretty good. He's there.
Christian Barnes is up to 6th now. He was back in 11th.
Yeah, he started back up there. Too bad. There you can see the new tires taking it to the front. Janet, King, Show, Kevin Winker and Company. And Barnes right there along with it. Unfortunate though, man, Winker with that pit stop, those tires are just going to fade away, I think, a little bit on him. He might still come out of here with a pretty good pretty good finish though. Meanwhile, battle for the lead. King, Janet back at each other again. Ooh, you see that truck get tight, go run up the track. He had to chase it. Lost all kind of momentum. Right behind him, you got Barnes and Shobe going at it. Barnes is looking like, look, I want to get back up here, put it on pole, want to win this thing. Feel like I've been fighting all night long. Look at that 8 though behind me. Olston right there. Trying to get him some breadsticks. Of course, we got Thornton. He's back up to 9th. Trying to see if he can't climb back up through the field. Remember, he got marred back there in traffic down low right now in the 7th. Those tires, man, and Winker's just giving up on him.
Christian Barnes is about to make this real interesting. He was very fast in practice. He put it on the pole. This man gets some clean air. You're going to see him take off.
Oh, no! Oh, big one. Took some trucks out here. Jacob Cochran. What happened? In the 84 machine. On the inside. Coming down the turn. Him and another truck maybe try to take
it's the 45 of Derek Jewett.
Yep.
Not sure what happened there, but
yeah, just taking the same real estate. Looked like they got together. From there.
in the 34 truck, I mean, man, that was a big old crash.
Woo! Boom. Into the wall hard.
I'm going to watch the inside view of the John Ullman truck. He's the one that came in and hit Derek Jewett.
Hey, Shawnee, he was yelling so loud back there. All right, so now will be the question on how do you pit? I mean, you got no more tires left.
Looks like a bunch of people pitting.
Anybody yet? Show did.
The thing went off. I would imagine him and Kevin Winker should.
You're back in the back. Let's say 13th on back pitted, which is that makes sense because we've only got 18 on the lead lap. So yeah, you really don't have a lot to lose. Why not come in if you've got another set of tires? Might be beneficial.
We're going to go back green with about 15 or so laps to go. This is going to get wild.
A lot of them that pitted. Only one of them, it looks like, had tires. Some of them had tires. The other ones got fuel. So, Janet King up front. Barnes right there with them. King and Barnes has been able to. They've had an up and down night. They've had to run through the field. Orton back there in 6th. Cope. Nice. From the paint job.
I'm wondering if some of these guys are close on fuel. I'm listening to Christian Barnes. It sounds like he's clutching in and coasting.
They pitted at lap 89. I don't. There's no way they're going to be. I mean, obviously, you might as well save fuel on the caution. I don't know why more guys don't do that. There was 2 things I always did on caution, no matter if I had enough fuel or not. I'd either be riding in 4th gear, or I would mash the clutch in. Because it's a no-brainer why you would not save fuel under caution, whether you're going to make it or not. You know what I mean? And most of these guys are going to because they pitted on lap 89. We know they can go 40 laps easily on fuel. Fuel should not be a problem, but again, I'm with you. I don't understand, right there you see him, but he's obviously in 4th gear, that thing right there.
Yeah, that's true. Product of the choose cone, Joshua Gillen gained a lot of spots right there.
Yeah,
Taking that out of my mind. I know you ain't. I know you ain't. I love pointing it out though.
Yeah,
this has a whole lot.
To me, it's lack of a better word, folks. I just think it's dumb. Anyway, do they use it in real NASCAR?
Yep, I know the Cup Series does. I'm not sure if the track.
I don't hear them talk about it a lot, even on.
They brought it up a lot the first year that it was implemented.
I don't hear them bringing it up much on broadcast anymore, on restarts though. That's what I'm saying. Did they get rid of it? Because you don't see them a lot of times where they're lined up on the cautions, how they're lined up. But anyway, back green, Janet Company out front with King. We'll see if Gillen's able to do anything with it. That'll be the question. And Barnes right there along with it too. Hunt, Holston. All go single file for the moment, like you just pointed out. Only about 17 to go here in this one. Gillen gets real tight in the turn right there.
That helps Christian Barnes. Christian Barnes was stuck on the inside when all those trucks were on the outside, and he went backwards very quickly, and he lost so much ground after he finally got clear, but a lot of ground to make up right there.
Yeah. Kool-Aid man, battle for the lead. Here comes King. Let's see if he can't get the momentum drive down the back stretch into 3 and 4. If Janet can stay on his outside, he's not going to be able to. I was going to say it would keep King from being able to utilize coming up the track, but Janet was unable to do it. Let's see if he'll be able to make a slingshot move back around in here. Oh, he got awful tight into the side of him. That allows Barnes to move up.
Allows him to move up and a turn. 29 truck Joshua Thornton gets sideways. Turn look like
and that just gets destroyed by Big Mac. Oh. Woo, let's watch it again here. Thornton is up front too, man.
It's a 17 truck.
Up and out. Yeah, he got in the back of the 44 and pretty much I think from there. Another truck goes sideways and then just got tagged.
Evan Winker got involved in that too, yeah.
I think
hey, that was some ARCA braking at its best.
Well, I think the 17 probably could have. From that point of view, I probably could have checked that. Point of view, and we know that they were kind of like right there, and then yeah, he just came up. I'll say that one probably could have been avoided. I don't know. That's a tough one, but man,
could have been avoided. But you could see the brake smoke. I mean, he was trying to lock it up, and man, the 28 truck just came in and just demolished it. ended that truck, killed it, and he's limping it.
All right, finally puts us under caution. Janik survives up front, though, for the time being. Barnes there with him with King, Holston. Those three guys all night long. Look at that win. Remember he had that pit strategy earlier? But he stayed out. Well, it helped him because these cautions have got him up there. He's on, newer set of tires with those guys up front. And able to maintain. Come out of here with a good finish tonight.
Joe, I think we're in for a photo finish.
It'll be wild.
I think regardless, Joe, regardless of where he places, I think we got to talk to Christian Barnes after this race.
We'll see.
Just to hear what his perspective is from starting on the pole and all the emotions involved in that, and then getting shuffled to the back and having issues and making his way back up. It'll be real interesting. Yeah, I hope he's in there and we get a chance to talk to him because I'm very curious to hear hear what he has to say.
They're not done yet. Well, to go.
Oh,
these guys
a lot can happen.
Yeah,
a lot can happen.
They've been racing up front. It's still anybody's ball game, and I take it back. The problem with a lot of these restart is you've got to be kind of aggressive, and we've seen it all night long. By being aggressive, sometimes you put yourself in trouble.
it's a very big kind of risk reward kind of thing, you know, like it's such a hard thing to do, and especially when it gets down to this point in the race, like it's such a hard thing to just kind of not completely hold back, but just wait and see what happens kind of thing.
Race truck's in. Danik and company up front. Here we go. Hunt's right behind me. Ullman, Barnes, King.
King giving Christian Barnes a big push there I mean, he's wanting to stay up there.
On the start, Barnes right there behind him. Hunt's with him. Got to get past his side by side if we can even think about doing anything for the lead up there. And there's Barnes in second with King. Top three, they get clear. Good Hunt. Good. Hey, Barnes right there. In to go. Looking for the lead.
Zachary King going to follow him down there. Going to give him probably a big push off of coming off of turn 2.
Down that back stretch. Got enough momentum going to 3 and 4 to build a slingshot by him. Looks like he does, so he's going to be able to take that momentum up. It's going to leave King to the inside of Danik. Those two guys are going to race it out for second. Barnes to the lead, man. Like you said, he's had that up and down night. Said, I'm going to win this thing.
He was one of the fastest trucks in practice, and it's going to be, he has that clean air now. I'm predicting that it's going to be very hard to pass him.
Absolutely. Danik right now, Holston right there behind him. Hunt's up in 4th. Ullman right there in 6th. Top 3, nose to tail.
Zachary King going for the lead.
Yep. Inside.
Christian Barnes looked like that truck may have got a little bit tight through the center, and that gave Zachary King just the advantage that he needs. Oh,
that's not. Oh, never mind. Are you kidding?
No.
Oh, a bad move by Janet. We're going to put that one on Janet right there, because watch this move, folks. This pretty much killed a happy ending here for Barnes and King. I do not know what Janet was doing. He was below the apron in a turn. King's down there, but yeah, I don't. Got a little
Joe,
bump, and I don't know. That's crazy.
I'm speechless right now.
Yeah, that one was wild. You know, I get you going for that pass. We'll watch it one more time here, and maybe see if we can't get it from a different angle or so. See right here. Janet gets a run, you know, down the back stretch. And we'll slow it down here for you. And we'll see King, see Janet right there. Not quite sure. I mean, and then King ever so slightly bumped. Yeah, I think Janet could have probably just waited a little bit, a little patience. What we've talked about all night long.
Hey Joe, I'm gonna give you a good viewing for the telecast here. Pull up Christian Barnes' cockpit view and just watch. I mean, could you imagine being Christian Barnes and seeing what I'm watching right now just come up into you?
Well, I mean, you know, you're out front. You never know what's going to happen. Just patience. I can't. Remember when I was telling you, conservative, aggressive, you got to know when to make the move, and then just nothing you can do, man, from that point on. So, unfortunate, man, right there. You know, from my point of view, again, race control does their own stuff. Admins, we're not the be-all, end-all of what goes on, folks, but I definitely gonna put that one on that man right there, Janik. Probably could have been just a little more patient. I mean, King was up above that white line. did he start to maybe kind of go down? I mean, he probably never thought Janet would have went up underneath the white line, especially going into a turn.
Yeah, it's just not something that you expect to happen.
I mean, yeah, I mean, that's
insane.
King's gonna go head for the white line going into the turn just to take the low line. Next thing you know, you got a truck down there, and then they just kind of come together. But patience is it's. I mean, I get you going for the lead, but man, patience. Up and down night. Wild one.
I'm sure that he's going to get earful from Zachary King and
Sure.
and those guys later.
And no Christmas presents.
I mean, not even a happy birthday card or anything.
Yeah. Woo. He's not getting anything. No Easter bunny.
No chocolate.
Oh.
No boiled eggs. No candy.
Nah. We'll see what Hunt, man. Holston wins still there.
Hey, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I mean,
Yeah.
he'll get pinched whether he's wearing green or not.
So we've seen King all night long with Barnes fight their way to the front along with Thornton, but King and Barnes had fought their way several times back to the front. You get caught up in a wreck, and you know I got to sum tonight up a little bit here in a nutshell. Probably won't be the most I don't know, lack of a better word, probably the popular thought is patience. Guys need really patience out on the track. Things maybe a few aggressive driving, and I get that you have to do it because I've said that. Maybe try to get the positions, but then again, you actually can get this. You know, you could have let this thing go green and started picking them off one by one. So sometimes you've got to get in that mentality, other than I got to get everything I can get on the first 2 or 3 laps or whatnot, which sometimes gets you into trouble. Patience, man, just patience. Fast trucks out here.
I'm still speechless. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that happen a million times. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I've been in the booth long enough. You see wild stuff, and to me, stuff like that, I've seen worse. Not to say, oh Lord, that was bad. It was just a wrong timely move at the wrong time, whatnot. But I have seen some really, 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 really bad stuff. You stay in the booth long enough, you see. And you see some heartbreakers. I mean, I've seen guys run out of fuel coming out of turn 4, lose the race and have like a 2-second lead, only to lose it. I've seen a guy come out, had a 5-second lead, come out of turn 4 and get disconnected coming to the checker.
That's rough.
Now that one would sting a lot.
Yeah, that's bad.
And you're pretty much just the race is yours. I mean, you could coast to the line coming out of 4, and it just like he blinked right on out. I'm like, where'd the leader go?
Yeah, it's like, what just happened?
Yeah,
he just disappeared.
Look down and
did he win or not?
Like, wow. Man, we're blowing the field away so fast, he got across the line. All right, well, let's see if Janet can win this thing here tonight. Hold on to it. Is there going to be Ullman, Hunt, Beamer
2 laps to go
back here? Yeah,
it's going to be very interesting.
What's this? White checker?
Shouldn't be, I don't think. I think it should just be 2 to go.
We'll tell here in a minute. Well, essentially, if it's going to be 2 to go, it pretty much is a green-white checker. We'll go
pretty
green,
much.
come around the
same mentality.
White, so yeah. Well, green flag flies back at it. Janet's going to have to get the jump of his life here on this one.
He did it.
Oh, truck around the back too, spinning. That was Allen. Track, no caution. Going. Well, up front, here comes Hunt. Going to chew the back bumper there of Janik. Remember here, Devin, if they make it to the white flag, the whole field could wipe themselves out. Wouldn't matter from that point. There'll be no more cautions. They come out of 3 and 4. Boom! Never mind. We got a truck on the wall hard. Not sure.
They're going to throw it? Are they going to throw it?
And if they cross
They're not. White flag at the line.
One more time. Does Janet got enough to hold on, or does Hunt got enough to get it? Or does Holston come up here and steal it from him?
What I say about a photo finish, it's going to happen.
They're there. 3 and 4, final time. Hunt's on the outside. Janik's on the inside. Who's going to get it? Janik goes up the track. Out of 4, is the momentum going to push Hunt to the win? They bump coming to the line, and with a foot, Hunt's going to win this one. Janik comes in second. Holston pulls her off in third. Man, what a finish to this race here tonight.
That was wild. That Caleb Hunt kind of pulled off one of the Daniel Suarez things from last year at Atlanta when he took that high line and was just able to get so much momentum coming off of turn 4 and coming to the coming to the finish line, was able to just edge out ahead. Great race, wild race.
Yes, it was. Trying to find Hunt right fast. Well, I'm trying to find Hunt here. I'm going to bring up Holston and let you get a word with him.
Hey, Adam, this is Devin up in the booth. Got me?
Yes, sir.
Man, that was a fun race, exciting to watch. I mean, what could you have done differently there that last restart to get the win?
Well, there wasn't too much I think I could have done. When I went for my move on the backstretch, it got blocked, so I had to try it down the middle, but there wasn't much there, so I don't really know what I could have done different there.
Yeah, it kind of killed your momentum as you was coming down the backstretch. Yeah, I seen that. But talk about the race, the emotions going into it. I mean, you were up front for most of the race. I mean, how was the race as far as pit strategy, stuff like that? How much did that play into your finish tonight?
Well, I think it was a really good race. A little bit of cautions at the end, a little sloppy, but other than that, it was a good, clean race, hard battle. And I think I had a good truck, especially on the long run, but didn't really get to see the long run too much. But we'll just have to try again tomorrow.
Hey, I like that attitude. Congrats on a P3.
Thanks, sir.
There you go, third place man right there, man. Holston. We'll bring up the second place man here tonight, Janik, who had a wild one here. Let's get a word with him.
Hey, Evan. It's Devin up in the booth. You got me?
Yep, gotcha.
Well, you were up front for most of the race. What could you have done differently there in that coming out of turn 4 there? I mean, was there anything that you could have done to edge out in front of Caleb?
No. 2 to go, though, I should have chose the high side. I knew it was going to be stronger, but I thought that I had good enough tires to be able to clear him, and hats off to him. He was able to stay in it and stay to my right rear.
Yeah, I was telling Joe during the broadcast how he kind of pulled off that Daniel Suarez move where he took the high side and was able to get so much momentum coming out of it. Elephant in the room. What happened that last crash there?
Well, the 51 was racing like he normally does, and he blocked me low, and I went lower, so I didn't hit him. And then he continued to go low, hit me, and spun himself out. So I really don't know what else I could have done other than hit the inside wall. I mean, he pretty much drove me there.
All right, I got you, man. Congrats on the P2.
Yep, thanks.
There you go, Evan Janik, man, right there, bringing her in second. But this guy, by a foot, putting in victory lane. Caleb, join the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, you was able to get that high side going with the momentum tonight and drive right by him. Did you think, man, you had enough to get by him coming out of 4, though?
It was going to be a tough battle. I seen the 8 car, went under him. I didn't know if he cleared him or not. My best option was to just pinch him down to the apron, not give him no room, so he didn't get that runoff. And coming out of the turn 4, I seen we was right side by side, and I was like, oh, I just need this extra boost of speed and what I can get. My heart is still pounding from that. I didn't know what was going to go on. I seen the 8 go below him on the back stretch. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to get taken out. But oh my lord, it was a crazy race.
I gotta look. You got it, Bob, here about some inches up there. I gotta ask about the tire wear. How was it tonight? I know Las Vegas is all about the momentum and track position, but how was your tire wear tonight?
My tire wear wasn't that bad, honestly. I think with it being a night race, it helped a little bit. If it was during the race, it would have been a whole completely different story. But tonight, my tire wear was pretty even all the way around. It was pretty good throughout most of the race, I want to say, until I got a little bit of damage from getting caught up in a wreck.
Hey, no doubt. Well, man, you got the right time, right place, and the right finish here tonight. Put in victory lane. You got anybody you want to thank?
I just want to thank Mystic or Brandon Willard for hosting these races in this league, and everyone that's helping out. I'd like to thank my friends and family back home watching.
There you go, Caleb Hunt, man, bringing it home. Mere inches in victory lane. And Devin Wild one here. We saw some crazy finishes to this one. The man right there, Caleb, put in victory lane. But hey, it's Las Vegas racing.
It's Las Vegas for sure. And photo finish, and it was a lot of fun to watch. Enjoyed it.
There you go, folks. We're going to lead tonight here. Mystic Racing League here, Truck Series. For myself and everyone, have a good night.